Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the Extreme Z battle for the Strength Cooler as well as the Physical Thouser unit. So obviously this is the Ultimate Power Cooler or Extreme Ultimate Power Cooler. This is a transforming unit that was probably one of the top 3 DFE units for a very long time, if not the best DFE unit in a long time. And yeah, he's got an EZA and he's looking really solid. So this is a standard Extreme Z battle, obviously 30 stages. The effective categories here are going to be the Exploding Rage units, and specifically Super AGL Exploding Rage units. Super units are what remain effective here. So you're going to have to kind of build around the notion of using a lot of Super Saiyan Gokus, Super Saiyan Gohans, etc. And yeah, generally speaking, it's all fairly straightforward. So for me, basically it's all fairly simple and yeah, not too bad. The category alone is pretty nuts. It's not too great. I think for the most part it's going to restrict a lot of people, but yeah, generally speaking you should be fine to build a team. But there's definitely a stronger team build and a weaker one. I'm just going to build the weakest one I can, kind of, to show you guys how to do it. But yeah, generally extreme type teams are not going to be the way you want to go. So yeah, obviously Cooler's EZA itself looks pretty solid. To be honest with you, it's very decent. It's relatively strong. Obviously, in terms of his overall EZA, it boosted his leader skill. He raised his defense in base form, which is a big change. Makes him a lot more viable for pretty much all content. He has attack and defense of 130%. He launches an additional attack when the opponent is in attack down or defense down status. He now has 50% category boosts, which is very high. And just in terms of everything, he looks really solid. Obviously his transformation also had a bit of a buff, going from 180% to 200%. He gets the EZA stats. He now has the ability to fire off an additional attack as well. So instead of just one additional attack with a medium chance, he now has 2 that have a medium chance of becoming a super attack. So very good, basically. And he can now get 10% crit chance per key sphere obtained, or rainbow key sphere obtained. So a very good unit just overall, even at 55%. If you don't have Cooler and you want to spend coins on him, based off of the initial impressions of just reading his passive, it does look like he's going to be very worth it. Not only does he have a fantastic leader skill, but yeah, his whole kit just looks very good. He basically looks like a miniature version of the LR Strength Cooler, which is saying a lot because that unit's one of the top 3 units in the entire game. So obviously, to accompany that, we had the awakening for the Thouser unit, the Physical Thouser unit. I don't think these guys are that great. They had a bit of a change, obviously. Instead of 30% attack and defense per Terrifying Conquerors category ally, they have 40%. They have key +3, and they launch 2 additional attacks, which is pretty good. Each attack has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. I wish they had just made them raise defense on their super, basically. And yeah, just to be honest with you, they just don't look that crazy, at least comparatively to someone like Cooler, who looks like he was done insanely. So yeah, I think they're okay. I would have liked them to have been a bit wilder, maybe guard or have damage reduction or something, or evasion, like permanently, not just conditionally like they do have, just because I think it would have helped them out. So Exploding Rage as a category is a bit wonky. Your leads for Exploding Rage, quite frankly, are not great. So if you're looking to build an Exploding Rage team, you're going to be a little bit out of luck, because Exploding Rage as a category doesn't have the wildest leads. You know, you've basically got Beerus as the only lead, and you've got a sub lead in the form of the free-to-play Prime Metal Gohan. That's who I'm going to be using because it's a lead that everyone can have access to. Most notably, you can build a whole bunch of good alternative teams within the category. So that's kind of where you want to go with things. So for example, you can use like a Kamehameha team under the AGL Gohan, which you'll see me kind of building here. You could build a Super Saiyan team under Namek Goku, which you can see me kind of building here. Those are generally how you want to work around this. You don't want to build a straight up exploding rage team. Not that it would be terrible, it's just a lot probably easier for most players to actually build a Super Saiyans or a Kamehameha or a Goku's family or a powerful comeback. Like, it's probably just easier to do that. Like you could, for example, use the Exploding Rage Gohan Kid, the free-to-play one. You could take a whole bunch of the AGL LR Gohan, you could take the AGL Bardock, you could take the Tech Super Saiyan Goku, you could take the Int Super Saiyan Goku, you can take the Strength Super Saiyan Goku, and you can take a friend Super Saiyan Goku lead, and you'll be fine. Like, that's the thing, there's very much a certain way to go about it. In terms of my team's build, or how I'm going to kind of roll things, don't bring extreme units. You can see there's some great extreme choices that are AGL, but don't bring them. The later stages are going to get you kind of handed to if you really try to run those units, because it's just not that viable with all of the, kind of restrictions that they have placed on them. What I'm going to do is the first team I use is going to actually be the team that I would like to take through the event. So this very first team is going to be what I would call my ideal kind of not too hard to build but relatively solid team, basically, is the premise behind it. Yeah. And that would be the team I take through the whole thing.
Alright, let's do this.
So this is what I would take. I have a lot of leader options. I have a ton of leads. And yeah, basically I'm more than happy to proceed with this team, and this team will get things done and sort things out and do things quite easily. What I'm going to do after this is I'm going to build a much easier team to build. So a team with more free-to-play options, a team with no LRs, barring the Prime Battle Gohan, and a team with basically just some trash units. And then I'm basically just going to rely on AGL Bardock and friend leads to get the job done. And that'll be a different team, just so you have some different ideas going on. But generally speaking, the Kamehameha route, the Goku's family route, the Super Saiyan route, the powerful comeback route is going to suit you a lot better than anything really. I'm trying to show you the bare bones you can get through this through. I don't want to show you guys an elite team that's built entirely out of absolute top tier units. If you want to build the top team, it's Strength Namek Goku or Int Goku, it's Tech Goku, AGL Kamehameha Gohan, the Bardock, and pretty much whatever Super Saiyan you can shove on at the end, basically, to cut a long story short. As you can see, my team is nowhere near that. My team is a disaster station, but it gets the job done, mainly through A, the power of Bardock. Bardock is just a very, very good unit, and B, the friend lead. So if you're looking for an ideal friend lead, you want to bring Kamehameha Gohan. He is the absolute ideal friend lead. Or you want to bring, you can even bring, like, I completed stages 26 with the Strength Super Saiyan Goku Gohan exchange unit. Like, you don't need to have the most prime friend lead or anything. Like, just take someone that does damage, because this team is fine defensively but does no damage, and that's basically where it is. So in terms of my team, just to cut a long story short, I have a Dokkan Awakened AGL Beerus. Okay, so there you go. That's how limited the team I'm putting together. It does nothing, literally nothing. all he does is have 90% attack on, you know, his like super attack effect, and that's it. Does nothing else. Doesn't raise defense, doesn't do anything. Didn't SA him, didn't put orbs in him. Didn't want to waste the resources, didn't have to. Then we've got as our lead, the most important piece is going to be to run my jank team, is going to be to run the Gohan Kid. So Gohan Kid is an exploding rage lead of a 4 key and 130%. He causes colossal damage to the enemy, lowers attack, he has good base stats. The reason why Gohan works because of his crazy high base stats and the fact that he will work well when there's someone whose name includes Goku in the turn. So the thing is like, as long as you have a Goku in the turn or on the team, he's going to have super high base stats, which kind of makes him do well anyway. He's also got some guaranteed critical hits, damage reduction, yeah, which is all pretty solid, helps you out in a pinch. But yeah, generally speaking, he works because he's a great lead. 130% is a really good free-to-play lead to have. And because of the fact that you can pull like a Goku lead, you can stick a Super Saiyan Gohan on, you can stick Goku Gohan exchange, you can do whatever. As long as you got a Goku around, he's going to be doing quite good. I don't even have him at 20 SA, so I've only got him at the 10 SA, and he did more than fine. Good tank supers all the way up. Yeah, you take some damage. I think 120k was around the damage you would take if he didn't super beforehand, but yeah, honestly speaking, yeah, he's super reliable. Then obviously, you know, beyond those two, you can kind of build whatever you want, really. I'm using the World Tournament Great Saiyaman Super Saiyan 2. And the reason I'm using the World Tournament Great Saiyaman Super Saiyan 2 is he's actually super solid. He gives support to super class allies. And he's pretty decent when facing extreme class enemies. He doesn't hit very hard, but although we're not running under the greatest lead skills here, but he does do a very decent job. He's a great support unit as well. So I actually think he's incredibly solid. And to be honest with you, he was a very good pick. He was great defensively after super, and yeah, for the most part I was really happy actually with using him. I think he did a great job. It's a World Tournament unit, so some people may have him, some people may not, but generally speaking he was very solid. Then alongside, I guess, all of that, we have probably the greatest free-to-play unit in the game, or at least the longest awaited awakening of a free-to-play unit in the game, the AGL Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma. So this unit has attack and defense of 50% when facing only one enemy, and he'll counter normal attacks. He's going to start taking a bit of damage around floor 20, stage 20, and he's not going to look too great, but he does alright. Again, only SA10, no orbs, no anything in him. I didn't want to invest too much in him. His type advantage sees him through most of the sections of the fight, and generally speaking he does fine. Honestly speaking, he does more than fine. So you can use him, you can stick him in front of super attacks even. The type advantage really carries him a long way, so he does more than fine. And then the final, I guess, most notable unit will be the Super Saiyan 2 Strength Gohan. Obviously, Super Saiyan 2 Strength Gohan gets his EZA from the Cell Raid, which, yeah, I guess helps quite a few people. And you can also get him with redstones, which is really helpful considering we were given redstones. You can also pick him up on Goku Gohan days. He's a unit a lot of players should have, hopefully, and if you don't have him, then maybe you can pick him up with redstones. He's not a cornerstone of the event or anything, but he does do fine defensively in this event, and he also does some very decent damage. So he's not like a mind-blowing unit, but he's very solid. Yeah, he gets the job done. Again, another unit that just won't die. Basically, you'll see my team is filled with a lot of units that just won't die because I'm not relying on them on damage. I'm using a friend Gohan, as you saw here. I chose for stage 30 the AGL Gohan whenever he's available, and I'm using the Bardock. The Bardock carries a lot of the damage, Obviously, Bardock is crucial to running the jank team. You don't need Bardock to beat this event. You can beat this event using any better team than this. But Bardock is obviously a great unit. I do want to highlight that. That just Bardock does obviously do a super awesome job. Transform him straight away. It doesn't really matter too much. And he's got that critical hits, which just helps out. Obviously, being AGL, he would have had type advantage anyway. But yeah, just generally speaking, Bardock did a great job. And you don't need Bardock. You don't need Bardock. But he does help a lot. If you don't have him, just build a better team than this. This team is not a great team. You could easily sub out a ton of units. Yeah, if you don't have AGL Bardock, switch in Tech Super Saiyan Goku, switch in Super Saiyan Goku, switch in Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, AGL Super Saiyan Transforming Gohan, Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, like switch in any of those LRs. Or if you don't have any of those LRs, there's still some decent other options. Strength Namek Goku will be fine here. I wouldn't go for physical Kale. She needs a Caulifla to really shine, but Strength Namek Goku is decent. Even Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta Bulma, probably fine. Will do some decent damage, especially if you've got dupes in them. There's decent options. The category is very limited, which is why I kind of wanted to show a team that I think a lot of players could put together. Obviously, not having Bardock is a bit of a hindrance, but in this team you can replace Bardock with pretty much any unit. The reason I'm showing this team is to show you kind of the bare minimum you need from units to survive in this event. Being basically the correct typing, being the correct category solves a lot of their problems. Beerus has no defense, for example. Beerus will not get you killed by a super attack. That's just kind of important to show people, at least from my side. So yeah, it is difficult, but you can get it done. Just basically try and adjust the wonky team I've shown you to best suit your team. And obviously if you can build a better one, please do. As I showed you in the beginning, Kamehameha based team or Super Saiyan based team will be a lot better, a lot smoother, a lot easier to find friend leads for. But yeah, generally speaking, you'll be fine. Now all we have to do is we'll awaken Cooler. Obviously a very great EZA, so I'm excited to see where he goes. I will also awaken Thouser. I do have them, and we'll see how they do as well. Obviously, just as a heads up, so you can increase Cooler's super attack with other copies of Cooler. So if you also want to save Kai's, you don't need to use Kai's. You can Dokkan awaken some tech Coolers, have a 50% shot at upgrading, and kind of save yourself the trouble. So you can do that if you want. You don't have to, but just a suggestion. But that's it from me. Cheers and bye.